everybody, it's Brad here, and today I'm going to be starting a new wood carving project. I'm going to put the face of a quarter on this wood round. Now, there are several quarters coming out for America's 250th anniversary, and the one that struck me the most, so to speak, is the Liberty Bell. And so that's the one I'm going to do. Ding. And I'm going to go ahead and carve that on there. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. I'm going to need to partition it all out and draw it on there, but we're going to give it a try, and this is something I've been wanting to do. I did a nickel at one time and it came out really good, and so I want to try this new quarter that I really like the look of. And so let's get started. Let's have a good carve, and happy birthday, America. Woo! That's where I'm going to set the edge, right here. Okay, I like this. This is good. Let's start there. That's the center. Kind of bring it in like that. This towards the center right there. Okay, let's draw on the margin down here. Now, then I'll start writing in the letters when I come back. Okay, so I got this all drawn out. There are some discrepancies. I tried to make everything fit as good as I could. I changed a few things where these overlapped. I cut it off. I did have to take some creative liberties to kind of make it fit, but no offense to the original designers or engravers. The only reason I would do that is just because I'm at the limit of my ability. But I like the way it's looking. Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's going to definitely work. Back being the lowest, and then the letters being the highest of the relief. This part will be the highest part of the relief. That part will be the lowest part of the relief. You know, going back from there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get into that right now. We're gonna start doing some carving. This is how it's looking right now. Woo! Okay, so here are the tools I'm working with. I'm gonna rough it out with the Dremel tool and a small rotary tool. I have a flat chisel. I have my other chisels, my scoops, V-tools, carving knives, and then these small little bits that I'll probably have to use these really small little bits I'll have to use to really get in there in between the letters. Some of these are going to be rough. I'm going to just go rough to fine, as always, and just take it step by step, and let's have a good carving. Is better. I'm gonna start with the hand tools. Maybe I'll just kind of define some areas for my Dremel tool. This is how I used to do it. starting to see the shape here. We got a long way to go, but we got some shadows and highlights here. Starting to come around. Yep, let's just keep going. Okay, let's get it. Take a look here. There's a certain amount of depth that I want. I think this is approaching it. This needs to be deeper. I made a little mistake there. That's okay. I haven't sanded the top. When I sand the top, I'll smooth that out. But yeah, this is a coarse bit. Let's try this coarse bit out for a while. Check out how this is looking so far. You've got the bevel here happening. You see that highlight? That's the magic right there. Of course, I'm not finished with the E. I'm in the middle of a bit change. When it gets in the shadow, you can see the magic of the relief. Oh man, that is looking great. But yeah, I really just want to show you, like in the C and the L and the A, R, man, that is looking great. Oh yeah, that's looking great. Woo! Oh yeah. All right, I'm excited. So look at the bell right here. Wow. Yeah. Whoops. I made a mistake right here, and it got it just kind of got away from me. But it's not deep. I'm gonna sand the top anyway. It's unfortunate that it's like right on the top, but you can see it's got its stock surface. You can see the saw marks and stuff. I'm gonna sand all this down anyway. It's sometimes hard when you're trying to manage and it pops up and then the bit slips over. So that was a problem. And I went into the O a little bit right there. Went into the O, and then on the mark, I went into the S just a little bit right there. It's okay. I'll just, yeah, I think I can fix all that. This is how it's coming right now. If you just kind of look at it. Wow. Oh, yeah. All right, it looks like with the moist and dry cycle we've been having, looks like the grain has pushed out a little bit on this small round. So I'm gonna have to come in and chop this out. It's kind of cupped a little bit like this. So let's go ahead and take this down, and then I'll get into doing some more carving. Let's do it. Keep going. Notes on this. I'm basically going through with this coarser bit and getting everything that I possibly can on the inside where the bit fits. And then I'm going to go back with a finer bit and then get in between the E, in between the F, the A, and tighten up all the rest of this underneath. I am going to have to erase the pencil line. I'm going to go ahead and sand it all down. I'm going to get it roughed out, and then I'll go back and have to refine the letters, because it's kind of a false sense of security that you have the pencil lines on there. At some point, you're not going to have the pencil lines and it's just going to be shadow. And before I do the wood burning, I want the shape of the letters to be just right. Then I'll go and wood burn all the letters on there, and then I'll wood burn the highlights of the bell. It's tedious work. I go in like up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, circle, 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 like that, because if you just draw on it like that, you're gonna get a whole bunch of burn marks, like you've probably seen me do with some of the other bits. You have to go zip, zip, zip. If you stay on it, it's gonna burn the wood and the wood's gonna smoke. It's kind of overwhelming to see all of this sometimes, but it is what it is, and that is what the job requires. And so I should also mention that I do have a flex extension for this, but I'm just not using it right now. It's 'cause I'm used to it. It does, it's hard on your muscles sometimes to really grip it, but there is a good grip here. And, you know, I'm a bigger guy, so it's okay for me. Let's cut that. Let's go. always fighting against it. And if you're not careful, that's why I have two hands on it. If you're not careful, it will catch and push you back. You can see right there at the top of the cue, I've already had that happen there. It could pop out and you could take off some material you didn't intend to. So that's why it's just real important to keep it under control. That's how I do it. I resisted power carving for years. For years, I only did hand tools, chisels and sandpaper basically. But these wood rounds are usually about this size, and then, I wanted to do the coin, and this is what the work calls for. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now let's get into the independence part. I've carved the declaration here. I'm happy with the highlights and shadows of how this looks. This looks really good. There's a few things I would have done differently. My printing, the D's small, the C's big, and stuff like that. But, hey, it's handmade. So I'm going to finish the independence, cutting in between the letters, and then I'm gonna get started on the $quarter Liberty, then head back into the Maker's Mark and the United States of America. So let's go and get started on the independence part. I used the coarser bit to come in and do as much as I could, and now I'm just sharpening up the edges, and then I'm gonna come back and do a pass with the chisel and tie this up. I probably will chisel this edge off a little bit, probably maybe ½ an inch to an inch off here and here to make it a little rounded, and come in. I need to clean all this stuff back up. I've just roughly given it its relief where it's going to be, and then I'll come back and do that with chisel. It's going to look a lot better. Let's go back and let's finish up this end. Things like that, that's just the limit of what my bits can do. Limit of the detail that I can do. The next thing that I could do is just come in here with a knife, and that's what I'll do. Is just come in with a knife and try to pop that out a little bit. Depending on where the grain is, you can see some of the growth rings in there. But if you get into a soft part with the seasonal parts, get into a soft part and a hard part, it can just move this whole machine out. That's why I have a double hand on it like this, and I just have to be super careful, not only to ruin part of the letter, but also if this thing touches your skin, it's pretty much Band-Aid time at that point. So, not getting hurt is another big reason why you just control the device as much as possible, because it will do its own thing and go where it wants to go based on the thickness of the grain. So you just have to tell it as soon as you feel it pulling, you have to say, no, and then push it in the right way. It takes a lot of little fine muscle control, but it's part of the job. Okay, here's a little behind the scenes of where I'm filming in my workshop workbench right here. I have this is my miter saw. It's covered up with plastic right now because it's been raining, but I have my little space here that I sit. I've had this chair for such a long time. It's a sentimental chair to me. Got my little camera holder here. Got my old storage unit there for all my wood storage and other things, other tools and whatnot. And I have this little light clipped up right here. And with the light there, you can really see how it's starting to come. Yeah, I still have to do the $quarter Liberty and then work on the bell part. But Declaration of Independence is fully carved. So that part's looking all right. That part is looking good. Yeah. And then I'm going to sand everything down where it's just wood. And then wood burn all the rest of it. So should be fun. Okay, back at it. Right now, trying to finish up the insides of these letters. Very tedious. My smallest bit is smaller than the tip of this pencil. And it's hard to get in there, so I'm gonna have to come back. Like for instance, I couldn't complete between the U and the N here. I'm gonna have to do this with a knife. The little small crevices of the ends have to do with a knife. This United States of America is a lot smaller than these bigger letters up here. So yeah, that's just kind of the limitation of what I'm able to do. And I just can't get it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the knife out and come in and cut it old school style. Right here, I just have to finish that. This is what it looks like before I cut it. And then this is what it looks like after. You can start to see the shadow and the highlights of it there. And then the America part that I didn't cut. So it's very much coming along. My hand gets tired on these really critical parts. Then I'm gonna come back and take this down a bit. It doesn't look like it right now, but there is some relief there. Let's keep going. It's pretty good. It's a pretty small piece for my skills, but it came out okay. All right, I'm happy with it. And I'm smoothing out some of the harsh edges. And I'm gonna get the pencil off, come back, and then we'll do an assessment. We'll put it in the light. Pencil marks will be off of the letters. And so that's really when you know the truth of how they're gonna look. I mean, I can see right now, Q-U-A-R-T. This is looking good. So far, everything looks pretty good. That's why I went back. That's why I went back with the knife to get these little small parts that I couldn't get with the bit, so that I would at least have some kind of shadow. At least have some kind of shadow in there. And that came out okay. A little bit in here too, all this dust. But yeah, I think it's gonna work out. From what I'm seeing now, I think it's gonna work out. Let's continue. I thought about going and getting a sander bit for this, or going and getting an electric sander of some sort, but nah, I'm happy right here. Most of my detail sanding, I just do with my hands. I mean, I get these little discs, sandpapers, and because I can just fold them right here, and they work out pretty good. It's good enough for me. It actually hurts to do this. My thumb is on fire, but I'm sacrificing for the job, you know. It's okay. It's fine. I'll be fine. The reason why I have to sand everything, especially on the top, is you can see these little, you can see the little saw marks. You know, you can hear them. Yeah, let's get rid of those saw marks. It's tedious. Yeah, I use these. I don't know why. I like these, and they're readily available. And you know, like, there's a lot of things that I'm sure people are like, well, why didn't you just this or use this or that? Well, why didn't I just use a CNC machine? You know, that's race to the bottom. You know, I don't know. Just want to keep it on a certain level of craftsmanship. Part of the answer is I'm in my little groove, my own little world. I zone out and think about life as I sit here and sand. And it's kind of just like a little moment for me, you know? Like, I am happy to be wood carving, happy to be working on wood. I'm sitting out here. It's a reasonable temperature. The birds are chirping. I'm in the breeze. And let me have my fun and do it the way I want to do it. All right, I got to give my hands a break. Dang it. Let's just go look outside. It's a beautiful day to be carving. Beautiful day to be working on wood. Yep. Take a look at how it's looking. Wow, whoa. That's looking good. All drawing lines erased. It's just wood. Wow, that's looking really good. Wow. Couple of little notes. Couple of little notes. I wasn't able to make a little incision right here between the A and the R and the A. So I guess that's no big deal. Independence. I cut the C a little short. I'm not worried about it though. It is what it is, I guess. JPM came out so great with that knife cut. That's good. America came out pretty good. States barely could do anything with these holes. It's just so small. The T, the edge of the T's pretty small. May need to make the stalk of the T a little shorter. So a few things that I kind of, messed up on, but look at it from over here. Man, I think we're doing okay. The next thing after this is to do the wood burning on the top of the letters. And I'm going to do, oh, you know what? I need to come back in here and refill these gaps. And I may need to narrow this stalk. I'll just narrow the stalk, fill in the cavities there, cut the cavities there, a few little fix-ups, and then I'll start the wood burning. Let's go. Here's how long it really takes. Just get the edge. And you can't rush wood burning. It's gonna burn when it reaches the right temperature. I'm trying to keep everything straight from the center so that they have a more uniform mark. And that's just the way my brain wants to do it. Yeah, just trying to keep the tip, and you kind of end up with like a stippled look. That's what I'm trying to do, is just kind of get that old school 17 or 1800s kind of stippled look. Yeah, I didn't like the way this was looking. Gonna fix it. Make it a square. Well, it's not a square, it'll be a cylinder. So, yeah, this is an essential skill in the creative arts. It's turning a mistake into an asset somehow, some way. But yeah, that's so much better. Okay, great. Would you look at that, man? I decided not to go too shadow in here because it's already got the shadow and you can kind of see. So I could have cross-hatched or something like that, but I wanted to show the grain, the chiseling. So I just left it right there. Yeah, when it's hung on a wall in the right way with a light above it, it's gonna look good. So it smells like barbecue right now. It smells like you're getting the grill going. It smells good. It smells good. It makes me hungry. I'm gonna put a whole coat of clear on it, and it's gonna darken it up just a little bit, probably a little bit less than this, and then that's gonna get darker. And so let's put a little coat of clear on it. We'll be done. Okay, I spent some time just staring at it and looking, and while there's always something else I can do, I'm about ready to lock this in. I've got my clear coat here with my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and start getting onto it. Start getting it coated in clear. It needs several coats, and whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. You know, sometimes you don't have control over organic material like wood. Nice little sound there. Okay, I'm really happy with the way it came out. Yeah, this is looking really good. It's been a journey. There were many challenges. Yeah, clear coat came out good. Man, would you look at that? There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hopefully there will be many more, and we'll talk on the flip side. Peace.